Driving record's bad, but that's only when Xanax is included. Right. I was never able to combine the Xanax and the driving. It's always been tough for me. Because what it is I liken it to sleeping while driving. Would either of you be good at that? It's extremely fucking challenging. I've tried it a couple times. It's impossible.
I did it one time. I was driving to a baseball game, like 6 o'clock in the morning, far on the east side of Cleveland. And I was just like, I was driving down the road. I was like, oh, I'm tired. I'll just take a quick little nap.
Yeah.
And,
behind the wheel.
I was on the right side of the road when I started, and then I was on the left, right, really close to the center.
Oh, you figured you would take the nap while still going.
While I was
driving.
Classic
mistake.
And
Classic mistake.
10 seconds, not 10 seconds, probably 5 seconds later, I was like, oh, I should probably not nap here. I'll nap when I get to the field. Yeah.
They say driving while tired dwarfs driving while intoxicated. Makes it is 50,000 times worse than driving while intoxicated.
Our cousin Will fell asleep at the wheel.
Yep.
And while I empathize with him, I gotta say I'm always very confused at the falling asleep at the wheel stories. Never understand it. I mean,
rhythm of the road.
Yeah,
no,
like driving for hours.
Hey, I've been tired. I've almost fell asleep at the wheel. But guess what happens before I fall asleep at the wheel?
You pull over.
I pull over. I get some hot Cheetos. I do jumping jacks and drink a coffee. I'm back in action. Like, the risk reward.
You're obviously 100% right.
It's a one-time thing. I have never since that time thought I should just take a nap while driving.
No,
Mac,
the verbiage you're using makes this sound sarcastic. You didn't
flippant.
think you could take a nap.
I am not kidding you. In my head, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just close my eyes.
Wait, what?
I'm not kidding. I was driving. I was like, because it was 6 a.m. and I was exhausted. I went to bed at like 3 a.m. I was 17, bro.
Mine were intentional.
I can't get on board for this.
No.
Well, you don't have to because it's never going to happen again. But
it's like I'm not asking for your participation. I'm simply telling you a story.
It's not the. Maybe because in your delusion you thought I could probably drive with my eyes closed.
Absolutely, no one on the road. I was like, I'm fine.
So you were dreaming already at that point.
Yeah.
You were like, fuck. You were already sleeping.
I don't like
See,
this.
for me, mine weren't intentional. My eyes just closed because I lost control of my body because I was so fucked up. And so like this was me, dude, just driving along, and then what happens? You start to veer at first. And I veered, and quite literally, this story's in the book. I drove off a cliff. I drove my car off a cliff, bro. But first, I drove through 2 telephone poles and a guardrail.
So you had to pay for. You had to know what you were doing. If you skirted through that stuff, you had to.
If I tell you the last memory I have from that night, it was hours earlier. While I was still at my friend's house, bro. I literally don't even remember getting in. This is horrible. I know we're kind of laughing about it, but at the same time, we're laughing because of how stupid it is. If you're fucked up or you're tired or whatever, don't drive your car. But obviously, in my old days, like I wasn't thinking clearly, and I drove off a cliff, and that woke me up. Don't get me wrong, that woke me up. I woke up covered in fucking blood, and I was at the bottom of a ravine, and I was like, "Yo, this is not okay. Gotta get your sleep."